Hello, you wonderful fans of Dice Heist. I'd like to take this moment to let everyone know that in celebration of Father's Day, we have a 100% free one-shot up on Patreon for the rest of the summer. That means no login, no donation, no nothing. Just head on over to patreon.com/diceheist. You can find a link in the description. You can listen to it directly from the app if you want. This game is guest starred by 3 amazing dads, all influential members of my gaming experience as a youth. They are playing 3 retired dads off on a midlife crisis adventure. Let's hope it doesn't turn into an end-life crisis adventure. Go check it out on Patreon while it's still up there for free. And if you like what we've got, consider joining us at any one of our tiers to gain access to even more great content. I've rambled on long enough. I'll shut up and let you enjoy the show. Welcome to the first ever Dice Heist side quest. In these episodes, we will be playing a game normally unrelated to the main show, and for the foreseeable future, these will be following the Spelljammer Academy series. Spelljammer Academy was released by D&D Beyond as a free promotional set of adventures for the new Spelljammer sourcebook that is coming out today, August 16th. It is still free to anyone with a D&D Beyond account. It is a digestible 2-hour adventure written by Will Doyle. I've decided to record us playing this adventure for 2 major reasons. Number 1, this adventure seemed well suited for new players, and I wanted to show that D&D is for all skill levels and those with almost no knowledge about the game, especially since the main cast of Dice Heist are all seasoned veterans to D&D. And number 2, I wanted to show that D&D can be played in a shorter form as well as in a longer form, like we do on the main show. Today we only have 2 players for this adventure, even though it recommends 3 to 7. It wasn't too difficult to adjust as a DM for the slightly lower number of players in the game. There was a few adjustments I had to make, but they're really subtle, and bonus points if you can catch them during play. As a last warning, before we begin, this 3-part series will have spoilers for the adventure, so do not listen if you plan to play the Spelljammer Academy Orientation Adventure with your group. It is perfect for those who plan to run this game, however, or those who have already had a chance to play this adventure. At the end of this 3rd installment of this mini-series, we will take a moment to review the adventure as a whole and discuss some things that may not have come up during play. I hope you guys enjoy this, and sorry I kind of put this bit of exposition back here. It was initially meant to be recorded, but we got a little ahead of ourselves when we started. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and I'm going to leave it to them. While adventurers of all stripes explore Faerun and deal with the perils of ancient ruins, malevolent cults, and long-forgotten tombs, those who come through Spelljammer Academy on Nimbrawl strive to protect the world from far greater threats. Spelljammer Academy trains cadets for service as Spelljammers and members of the Spelljammer Corps, both branches of a magical navy sworn to protect Toril and to explore other worlds beyond. Few people know of the Academy's existence, and its leaders try to keep it that way. Mert the Merciless, also known as the Old Wolf, is the Spelljammer Academy's founder and chief financial officer. He manages the institution's operations alongside a small group of powerful high-ranking officers, known collectively as the Bridge. While most of its candidates are from Toril, the Academy occasionally recruits from outside realm space, the wild space system that is home to the planet Toril, to bring individuals with unique talents into their ranks. Gif, Githyanki, Hadozi, Plasmoids, and myriad other peoples can join the cadets alongside folk native to Toril. The Academy was founded by Mert as part of a joint investment with the retired elf adventurer Almander, who operates a shop on the Rock of Brawl, a city built on an asteroid. Prince Andrew, the monarch of Brawl, was invested heavily in the Academy, though his support has waned of late over questions regarding security within the institution.
Welcome to Dice Heist, where we roll the dice and see what we can get away with. My name is Erica, and I'll be playing Riddith, our bugbear barbarian. Over to you, Julie.
Hello, everybody. My name is Julie, and I will be playing Crixel. I have a feeling it's going to devolve into Prix, Prixie, or Pretzel. I am a lizard folk bard today.
And I am Raceland, your DM, as usual. And today we're playing with two new people, my wife Erica and our friend Julie. So let's go ahead and we're going to take a quick break before we jump on into everything. And we're just going to talk about everybody's experience with D&D first. So you guys on listening to the show are fairly familiar that I have played D&D like forever and constantly keep myself up to date. However, that's not always true for everybody. But that doesn't mean that it's not a game for you. So first off, my wife, go ahead and what is your experience with D&D?
Well, I got into D&D with after meeting my now husband, Raceland. He got me into it. My first game that I played was called Rotted Capes. It's superheroes versus zombies, and that was my introduction into D&D. And since then, it's such a big part of his life, and it's now part of mine.
Okay. And Julie, what has been your experience with D&D so far?
I am very deep into the novice level, Raceland. I think the first game I ever played, I was a junior in college, and I remember nothing about it other than it was a one-shot, and I laughed so hard the whole time and had, like, the time of my life.
That's awesome.
So that was the first time. Second time was with you. Actually, we did a Pokemon one-shot, which was so fun.
Yeah.
We never actually finished it, though.
I know, that's normal for one-shots.
But it's fine. I was emotionally invested, but it's fine. So this is actually the third game I've ever played of D&D, period.
Awesome. All right, so we are going to hop right on into the story now. And we're going to start kind of in an odd place. You stand on the deck of your spelljamming ship, Moon Raider. Even as explosions obliterate two of its masts and hurl a dozen of your fellow sailors into wild space, distant stars and wheeling clouds of multicolored gas spin around you as the first pirate galleon slams into Moon Raider's starboard side, and a gust of foul wind washes over you as the galleon's air envelope merges with yours. Seconds later, your vessel is boarded by astral reavers, humanoids possessed of strange features, wielding cruel weapons and unleashing blasts of magic. Captain Sardak lies on the deck nearby, her body ruined by shrapnel. "Hold the deck," she snarls with her dying breath. "Grant them no quarter," before she dies. So you guys are beginning in the thick of combat. You guys know for certain that you are members of the crew of Moon Raider, but you have no recollection of the events prior to this, and you're kind of hazy as if there's something going on that's wrong. This is your first journey into wild space. You know that, but other than that, you're still kind of hazy. At a guess, it seems likely that the Reavers have used some kind of magic to disorient Moon Raider's crew, hoping to make it easier to seize the ship. You know that Sardak's death means that it is now up to you, the surviving crew, to hold the deck of the ship and stop the Raiders from taking it. You trust each other and Moon Raider as itself. They are boarding. You must stop them. So go ahead. You stand upon the forecastle of the ship. Two Reavers glide in on ropes and land on the deck of the ship. One of them has a serrated iron jaw and mechanical arm ending in an oversized pincer. The second, giant goldfish bowl head containing a floating brain. Go ahead and roll for initiative.
Ooh, I'm killing it at a 7.
To 7. Okay, cool.
Got a 16.
Okay, nice.
Oh, wait, that's an 18.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. Yeah, 18.
Did you add your bonuses?
2.
Oh, shit.
At the top, Julie.
I forgot about my math. Fuck. What the fuck do I add to this? Oh, it's a 9. I have rolled a 9.
Nice.
So, Pix, you rolled a 9, correct?
Yes, I did.
And Ridith, you rolled a 18.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So, we're going to start with you over here. Ridith, you are at the top of the order. What are you doing as you see off to either side these two abomination-looking, like, reavers?
I'm more intimidated by the one with the pincers,
Okay.
and with my reach, I think that's a good one for me to go after.
Okay, so you're going to move up. How close are you going to get to him?
I'm going to get within... Okay, yes, I will get within 10 feet.
Okay, sounds good. And then you are going to do what?
I'm going to use my glaive to attack him.
All right, sounds good. Go ahead and make an attack roll. Okay, so you rolled the hit. And what did you get?
Be a 22.
22, okay.
Because I get a plus 6.
You hit. Real good. Do you want to roll damage on that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's 6.
6 points of damage, okay. So, alrighty. And then, are you doing anything with your bonus action?
Well, my captain just died, so that actually might make sense. I'll rage then.
You're going to rage as your bonus action. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, yeah, you rage out, and what does that look like for your character?
Given my character's backstory, which we'll get into, I'm sure, later, it's very upsetting to see someone die in front of you. So she's just kind of getting this deep breathing, kind of pumping herself up, and then just eyes glowing green almost with the rage, ready to just hit whatever comes in her way.
Okay, yeah, not a problem. All right, so yeah, this Reaver stands in front of you with these giant pincers, and you rush up in front of them, and at a good distance, you swing down your glaive, keeping them at arm's length, and are able to slice into them quite well. You slice across and cut them open, but their insides don't look normal. There's like worms inside there. It's bizarre. Then you remember you're fighting for your life, and the blood rushes in. You remember the death of your captain, and you rage. Your eyes begin to glow bright. I'm going to need you at the end of your turn to roll me a d20, please. Ridith.
All right.
Actually, let's... Okay, what do you got?
I have a 9.
You have a 9. Okay. So, as you're standing there, you see that from behind you, another Reaver comes up from the below deck as they were fighting another battle with the rest of the crew down below. And this one has 4 arms, 2 of which are used solely to perform threatening or insulting gestures. So there's just like these 2 arms are waving up above, like just swirling with 2 middle fingers, doing a little dance. They're dabbing on you while he's coming at you with his scimitar, just snarling. Yeah, yep. He bites his thumb at you, all that sort of thing. Yep. Julie's just sitting across from me right now, improvising all these lewd gestures for me.
All of my Shakespeare-loving friends, I think, will appreciate the biting of the thumb thing. I do bite my thumb at you, sir.
Alrighty. Well, thank you. I feel honored. Anyways,
we have fun here.
All right, so Pricks, you are up next now. So what are you going to do with your turn? Not only has Ridith run up to engage one of them, but there are now 2 others within close quarters with you. What are you going to do?
Okay. So let's see. There's the offensive one that's biting thumbs and stuff.
Yeah.
There's the offensive one. There is brain in a jar.
Yes. There is a brain in a jar.
Did you describe the third one? Did I miss that?
The third one is the one with the pincers and the iron jaw that Ridith is currently engaged with.
Oh, okay. So we can leave the crab.
Yeah, they are engaged to be wed right now.
Love that.
Okay.
My new OTP, you tell me. I think that I am very much ready to break some glass, so I'm going to go after brain in a jar.
All right, sounds good. All right, so you rush forward, and you are going to
So what is my range right now? Do I need to know that?
It's up to you. So if you would like to move closer, you can. Or if you want to stay farther away, you can. You tell me where you're going to be.
Because I'm thinking about using the rapier, which is 5 feet reach. Because I think that a little more power, shorter distance, more power will help break that glass. Because that's really what I'm trying to do.
Okay, all right.
Trying to pull a blondie, break the heart of glass here.
All right, so you rush up in front of them, diving your rapier forward. Go ahead and make that attack roll for me.
Sweet. And then I add what? Strength to this?
You can add your dex if you wish instead.
Ooh.
It should say it right next to your rapier, actually. It'll take the best of the two.
It says +4.
It also adds your proficiency, which is +2.
Okay.
So, +4 is what you would have.
Okay.
That is correct.
So 14.
Okay, so you rolled a 14. That definitely does hit, so you can now roll damage.
All right, so more math for me.
Correct.
6.
6. Okay, so you do 6 points of damage. So you go to stab directly through this guy's dome, blasts into his brain.
Nice.
But it does cause a nice, good scratch along it, and you even see a little bit of a crack. But it's not quite good enough to break all the way through it. He's still standing there. Are you going to do anything with your bonus action? I think you currently have... You could give inspiration to your fellow if you wished. Or you can just pass your turn if you don't want to use that right now.
I mean, is inspiration my only option here?
I think right now that's like the only one. Otherwise, Heroism might be a bonus action spell. You can check.
Well, because I was leaning towards using my chompers.
Can you do that as a bonus action?
Yeah, it has hungry jaws under here.
Oh, okay. What does that say?
So I was thinking I'm feeling hungry.
Okay. All right. So you're just going to take a bite out of this glass now.
Yeah, listen, your girl's got to do what your girl's got to do.
Okay.
As a bonus action, you can make a special attack with your bite. If it hits, it deals normal damage, and you gain +2 temporary HP.
Nice.
You can use this 2 times per long rest.
Okay. All right. So you only get a couple of these per long rest. All right. Yeah, go ahead. If you want to do that, go ahead and roll an attack for me.
Sweet.
I confirm that is the correct die to roll.
Listen.
No shame. Everybody's got to learn.
Listen, I own the dice, but I don't get to use the dice very often.
You're using them right now.
I am, which is fabulous. Okay, so... Wait, oh shit, I'm going to roll it again. I forgot what number I landed on.
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool. So I got a 14?
14?
Yep.
Again? Okay, that definitely succeeds. Go ahead and roll that damage. So whatever it says for that bite.
We love D6s, y'all.
All right.
I know what that looks like. It is a 5.
5 points of damage. Okay, so that is exactly what you needed to kill this Reaver. So your mouth first off, your rapier goes in and you scratch along it. This crack forms, and you hear this kind of like bubbly chuckle come from the Reaver as it laughs at you in your failure to kill it. But then just out of sheer spite, you jut your mouth forward and just crunch down onto the glass. And the ooze and its brains ooze between your teeth as they roll down onto the ground.
Yummy.
Thanks,
Yummy
I hate
indeed. But yeah, you're done with your turn. That was pretty good. Make sure you mark off that use of that. So next up, I need you to roll me a d20 at the end of your turn.
I got a 13, my friend.
You got a 13. So an explosion rocks the ship. Each creature on the deck must succeed at a DC 10 dexterity saving throw or fall prone. So I'm going to roll for the 2 living Reavers that are on the deck, and you two each need to roll a dexterity saving throw. So you will see that there are saving throws on your character sheet.
Oh, I found it.
There you go. So you're going to roll a d20, add that value for your dexterity saving throw, and that is, you want that to be 10 or higher to succeed.
Guess who got a 10, motherfuckers?
Cool.
I got an 11.
You got an 11. Okay, so both of you guys succeed. So you're a little bit rattled. You guys are able to keep your footing, though. The two Reavers, however, are even more seasoned and hardly even shake, bobbing with the flow of this explosion, as if they knew what was going on. Huh. Anyways, now we move on to their turn. So first up, we're going to start with the Reaver that is facing down Ridith. Ridith, you have this guy with these pinchers and this iron jaw. He stabs forward with one of the pinchers.
Does he have reach?
Oh, you were right. He would have to move in closer. Yeah, so he's going to move in closer to you first. And then he is going to try and take a swipe at you. What is your armor class?
15.
15. I rolled an 18 to hit, so this will strike you. So let me roll the damage here. That's actually a really good roll. He's going to do 6 points of damage, but you're raging right now, so that's half to 3. So take 3 points of slashing damage from the claws. That's going to be it for his turn, though. And next up, we're going to go to the guy swinging lewd gestures as well as 2 scimitars, who notices you just chomp down on one of his fellow shipmates' heads and just, continues to bite both thumbs at you now, while diving in with his rapiers. And I just said that they were rapiers, and now they were scimitars, but they're scimitars. So he rushes forward with his scimitars and takes a swing at you, Prix. Prix, what is your armor class?
I am a stunning 15.
You're a stunning 15. Well, he just rolled a stunning 18 again.
Stunning, holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna die.
Possibly, yeah, because this is...
Sweet.
How does a 5 feel? 5 points of damage.
It would feel even better if I knew where the fuck to put it.
Hit points. Near the top, should be like over here-ish.
Ooh.
And then you put in
How
the
many
number,
you got?
and then you hit damage.
How many you got?
8.
Oh, no!
Oh, my.
Oh, no, Pricks!
So you just dropped down to 3 hit points.
For anyone who is rooting for the lizard, maybe you should stop rooting for the lizard.
It's not even like the first bout of combat.
Oh, my.
Oh, no.
Listen, bro. I had to get petty. I had to chomp. And that was my gift to you. But there are consequences to the chomp. And apparently that rude motherfucker really didn't like the chomp. It happens to the best of us.
Well, as you reflect on your poor life decisions, we're going to move on to Ridith.
We don't have this kind of time.
Yeah, it's
wait, we're talking about
Ridith.
Pricks. Okay.
Rude.
Haven't you always wanted some sick music to set the mood for a spooky, abandoned building in the woods? Or maybe you want to set the mood as your party enters a tavern. And you want to give a more personal touch to your NPCs, but maybe you don't want to go all out with role-playing and accents. Sometimes it's hard.
You're an adventurer? I love adventurers. You know why? You live every day as if it were your last. Come, have a drink.
Or the party overhears something in a language no one understands.
Batobat Jahus love Tarientik. Tilwux tepoati kill throatinilt. Usnomake si tilu filki sonedo thoril.
And that NPC notices them as the party realizes it's a dragon, who begins to transform in front of their eyes and wreaks havoc upon the land. And you want to punctuate the death of this dragon as the wizard, on his last legs, flings a fireball to save the world. You can find all of this and more at battlebards.com. BattleBards is the most premium audio library ever created for the tabletop gaming experience. If you're looking to get the best value out of battlebards.com, I would personally recommend giving BattleBards Prime subscription a try. With this monthly subscription, you can enjoy streaming access to all BattleBards content, access to BattleBards tools including a soundboard and mixer, and the ability to upload and mix your own private audio library. And on top of it, it doesn't hurt that they give you a 20% off all purchases of sounds you wish to permanently add to your collection that you can download and use for anything else you want to as well. I think that's enough for me. Go check it out for yourself, and I hope you are as excited about this product as I am. Hey guys, I just want to take a brief moment of your time to shout out our wonderful Patreon supporters. Now, all of these people are $5 and up patrons. First off, we have Cam, Heather Erb, Nick Coker, and Nicholas Detilio. Thank you all four of you guys for helping us with the show, with the support of your money. It means a lot to us. For the rest of you out there, if you guys would like to join this list, here's how you can. Now, we have 3 tiers on Patreon. The first one, of course, is our $2 per month tier. Very low, but it still comes with a lot of bonus content. First off, you get access to our Heist House show, which is a retrospective after show where we take a look at a couple of episodes and we talk about them. Talk about what we thought about them and different things we could have done in those situations or how things could have panned out better. We also have one shot per year, which is a mini-series with a whole new cast of characters and guests. Up here, you will also find our Dice Heist original music selection and a one-time shout-out for joining. At our next tier, we have the $5 per month tier. Now, this costs a little bit more, but you're going to get your money's worth out of it. Not only do you get everything from the previous tier, but you get 2 additional one-shots per year. Now, these one-shots are anywhere from 4, 5, to upwards of 20-hour-long series, where we play with a variety of other people, just the guests from the show. We play with brand new characters, and we give it our all, just like we do in the main show. So you guys will enjoy them, I promise. On top of that, you will get a shout out in every single episode, like those 4 people I shouted out earlier on. Lastly, we have our final tier, and this is a $10 a month tier. At this tier, you'll gain access, of course, to everything from the 2 tiers before that, and an exclusive merchandise item every year. This year, I think we're going to go with a t-shirt. If you get signed up by the end of August, you guys will still be in for that this year. I will order all those once we get everybody in. Finally, you will also get to create a custom NPC in every single campaign alongside with me, DM Raceland. This NPC won't just be someone in the backdrop. It'll be someone that the characters will interact with and someone that will come to life, and I will do my best to bring them to life as I play them. If any of these perks interest you, go on over to patreon.com/diceheist. You can also find a link in the description. That's it for now. I'll let you guys get back to the show. So, Ridith, it is your turn. What are you going to do? Currently, you are raging, your eyes glowing green, you are furious, and your enemy has moved closer into your range. Are you going to attack them?
How far away from me is the one attacking Pricks?
We'll say it's like 15 feet away from you.
I have a 15-foot reach with my glaive. It just so happens.
That is correct. You do. Okay.
So
all right,
I misread that before, and we went with 10, but I do have 15 here.
Cool. Yeah, because you're a bugbear, so you get that extra 5 on top of the normal 10. Got long, lanky arms.
I don't know about lanky. We'll see what's under all the fur, but that's okay. So, being a loyal person to my crew, and just a rage monster at this point, I would like to whip around and use my glaive on the one that is just a damage to Pricks.
Okay, go ahead and roll that attack roll then.
Avenge me.
I will do my best. Ooh.
I'm not going to be avenged, am I?
That's a 14? Okay, 14 does hit the...
Oh, nice.
Yeah. This is a level 1 adventure. 12 is their armor class.
Listen.
I know, you're used to listening to the main show where I'm throwing 20 ACs at them and they...
And they can hit it.
Yeah, pretty much. All right.
We're not there yet. Thank you.
Damn.
I got a 14 for damage.
You got a 14 for damage. Okay. So this completely unhurt Reaver that had rushed in and was biting both thumbs at her while using its other two arms to slash and is nearly cutting down your friend. You just whip around and you slice through both of the top arms and his head. And they just all three of them just flop to the ground in front of her as it kind of just schlups over. It is the end of your turn. Can you please roll me a d20 for the event?
Absolutely. That's a 6.
That's a 6. Okay, so with a 6, another Astral Reaver comes up from the other side of the deck, and this one has iridescent scales and glowing pink eyes, wielding a rapier. Okay, and that is it for your turn. We're going to move on to Prix. Prix, what do you got for us today?
All right, so who do we have left? So my rude friend is dead.
Yeah, the rude friend is dead. The guy with the claws is kind of wounded, but he's still in the fight and is currently right up on Riddith. The other guy is kind of like Riddith and this Riddith and the claw guy are between you and the third foe, or the second foe, who has these iridescent scales and pink glowing eyes.
Which, might I add, is quite the look. I think I'm leaning towards backing up Riddith.
Okay.
And going for our crabby friend.
Okay.
Because my thought is, if I take the crabby friend, then I can free you, Riddith, to go take on our pink-eyed foe.
That sounds logical.
Pink eye? What did he do? Anyway.
Oh, God.
Sorry.
That was a shitty joke.
Yeah, it was.
You're welcome for that dad joke. All right.
Oh, God. I hear these often at home, and now I have to hear them here.
You do. All right, what do you got for us, Jewel?
So, I am thinking of using... I think I'm going to use a dagger this time.
Okay.
That feels right.
So you're going to come up behind him and try and stab him in the back. Okay, go ahead and roll the hit.
Our friend may not die after all.
What was that roll?
Definitely a 9.
Oh, okay. So with that definitely a 9, you definitely missed.
Sweet.
So you go to stab him in the back, but he spins and catches the blade with his claw. You still have your bonus action. With it, you have a few different options. Namely, you could cast Healing Word on yourself to heal yourself a small amount, possibly bringing yourself back up to full, or casting Heroism or Inspiration on your barbarian friend. Of course, you also could use that second chomp for the day. That's your choice.
I have this sinking suspicion that our friend with pink eye is going to require a chomp. So I would like to save the chomp. So we're gonna save the chomp for our friend with pink eye.
Okay, sounds good.
Who must have just hung out with a bunch of kids or something.
All right.
Anyway, that's what it was. It was the scales, and the kids were like, "Oh my god!" Figured it out. And he was like, "Oh god!" But it was also take your parents to work day.
Take your parents to work day?
Or just
take your
Well, no. Okay, guys, this is fantasy. There is
take your parents to
there
work
is child
day.
slavery. So, take your parents to work day.
Yeah, take your parents to work day. No,
this is the sawmill I work in, Mommy.
And
this is all the asbestos I breathe in all day.
Hey, I only lost one finger today, Dad.
Way to go, son.
Days without incident.
Always at 0.
3.5. Drawn in crayon backwards.
I think I need to heal myself because I'm at a whopping 3
Okay, yeah,
right
that sounds
now,
good.
and I feel like I can't really help anybody if I die.
Okay, so go ahead and mark off that spell slot. For Healing Word, you're going to roll a d4, and then add your spellcasting modifier, which I believe is a 3 for your charisma. She's got it. She knows what she's doing. Oof.
Great. I'm crushing it at a whopping 1.
+3.
+3, which makes 4. Also, if anybody is interested, I'm currently using my blood splattered dice.
They're really cool.
That's appropriate. I like
They've
that.
got a super
vengeful.
Dexter vibe.
Yes.
I
very
like the
much
Dexter
so.
vibe.
Yes, they're white. They have like some incredible blood splatter going on, and it's a full set.
Nice. It's always nice to have that full set, but yeah, over time you'll definitely lose one.
Yeah.
It hurts.
Yeah.
Okay, so you healed yourself for 4 points of damage, so you're back up to a total of 7 now. Nearly full. So yeah, sucks being a first level character, but it's what we got. So at the end of your turn, I need you to roll me a d20, please.
All right, we are crushing it at a 6 right now, Raceland.
Okay, so with a 6, again, this time 2 more Reavers swing in from opposite sides. The first one has an enormous nose and enormous ears, comically large. The second, however, doesn't swing in on a rope. They just kind of hold up their, they have these like helicopter blades mounted on their head, and they just kind of go, and they're kind of like floating in at a really slow pace. Like
comically slow? Like,
Comically
bro,
slow.
the fight's gonna be over by the time you get here slow?
Yeah, like...
Oh, no.
He's hovering 3 feet off the deck and moving at roughly about 10 feet per round.
Oh, my God.
As he floats
where did
over
they find
from
these
the other
people?
ship.
So as
but-
a recap, we have Krabby,
Mhm.
Pinky,
Mhm.
Helicopter Boy, and the one that's down with the thickness.
Only on the facial region.
So, as we move into their turn, they are all going to come and converge on you. But as they do so, a thunderous explosion shakes the ship, filling the air with splinters of wood. Bodies are hurled into wild space, and then everything stops. Wreckage hangs motionless. Reavers freeze in the middle of their attacks. Even the stars stop twinkling. The illusion of wild space melts away, and you find yourselves in one of the magical chambers of the simulation deck. Your memories slowly fitting back into place. You recall being warned that your first experience of a wild space simulation would be disorienting, to test your ability to function under pressure. A hulking figure emerges from the center of the explosion. A Hadozi with a missing wing flap, wearing a military uniform, bristling with medals. The air around her smells like cigar smoke. As you can see, Bosun Tarto growls, the Battle of Hakatha didn't go so well for Captain Sardax and her crew. But her last battle makes a good testing ground for new recruits. End simulation. You guys remember meeting this Hadozi, who, training officer Bosun Tarto. The battle has been an illusory experience conducted in one of the Academy's simulation chambers, large circular spaces whose rune-scribed walls channel potential magical power. As the simulation ends, all characters regain any lost hit points, spell slots, or limited use powers. None of you died in the simulation, so no other ill effects happen here. So go ahead and take a quick moment to do that, please. So you guys are beginning to be a little bit more familiar of what's happened previously. You remember your long trek here across the sea, taking weeks to get here, but finally you arrived at Nebral, this island jutting out of the sea. And it was here at this island that you guys realized that this is Spelljammer Academy, and this was where you first learned what a Spelljammer even was. So you are very unfamiliar with the principle of this whole thing, which is perfect, because I'm sure both of you have no idea what's going on.
All I know is that there were some rude bitches that we needed to put in their place. I mean, we tried and failed, but still, the bite your thumb guy.
I took him out. I don't know what this whole struggle thing.
Excuse the fuck out of you, my friend. Listen, your girl did her best. Was it the best? No, but it was my best.
You arrived this morning on Belligerence, a chartered galley out of Waterdeep, which picked up passengers and crew on the Moonshae Isles, Baldur's Gate, Candlekeep, and Port Nyanzara. You've come to seek fortune and glory at Spelljammer Academy, a secret enclave of spellcasters and swords for hire on a mysterious isle of Nibral. Graduates from the Academy join the Spelljammer fleet, a magical navy sworn to protect Toril and explore worlds far beyond. The Academy is carved into 2,000-foot high into a 2,000-foot high column of rock that juts up from the cliffs of the island's west coast. It's multiple levels connected by stairs, ramps, and magical lifts. After docking in the sea cave at the base of the column, you marched to the simulations deck midway up the Academy spire. Your mettle has been tested, and now it's time to settle in. Okay, so we are going to leave you guys here for this episode of Dice Heist. We will pick back up next time, and we will get on into the orientation. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Goodbye, friends.
Thank you all for listening to this episode of Dice Heist. If you like what you've just listened to, why not help us out by spreading the word of the show? Tell a friend, family member, or coworker. The more people that listen, the more we can improve the show for you, our listeners. Another great thing you can do to help the show is writing a review and subscribe on whatever podcasting network you use to listen to us, like Podbean, Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, and so many more. If you would like to help support the show monetarily, you can head over to patreon.com/diceheist, where you can find a bunch of great bonus content like our after show Heist House, where we break down the episodes and talk about what we liked or even disliked about how things went down. Or check out one of our one-shot onslaughts, each a self-contained miniseries with other friends of the show as guests, new characters, new DMs, and fun new worlds. I'd like to thank all the people that make this show possible, starting with our two guests, Erica and Julie, for playing with us today, and Aaron, Bronson, and Nick, our usual cast and my partners in this crazy show. Our intro and outro today is Fleet's Final Engagement, Battle Over Deneb by Richard Dasgaz. And of course, we can't forget BattleBards.com for their help improving our show with their expansive library of music. Don't forget to check us out on Twitter at Dice_Heist and on Facebook at Dice Heist Podcast. Feel free to reach out to us there or send us an email at diceheistpodcast@gmail.com. Thanks for listening and stay tuned for the next episode of Dice Heist. No, you had it right the first time. That one right there.
The D4 you said.
D8.
Oh, she said D4. She was murmuring, so I panicked. I was trying to show her a triangle, so she picked the right one.
My friends, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Please tell me what to do.
She's struggling with the dice, and rather than me fix it, it was more fun to just let her flounder.
Classic Raceland. Let me suffer.
Yeah,
okay. So
it's only out of love.
I can't comment on that, can I?
What, letting me suffer?
No, that he's mean.
I mean, you can.
Go ahead and fix that real quick.
Me playing it cool.
For the blooper, Julie leaned back and her headset flopped off her head. Yeah. And then she nearly went with it.
Not that drunk.
Being drunk is a requirement on Dice Heist. It's okay.